figuring out right now. Scott's live on Instagram. I just launched this live on YouTube. We're going to start doing these Mondays and Fridays, and then we're going to be moving on maybe more if you guys like what we have to offer. Looks like we got people finding us already, Scott, so we did something right.
Okay, good. So let me see what it looks like. Stick with us.
Let's double play back a little bit wherever you're playing on.
Okay, cool.
If you guys are coming in, welcome in. So you guys drop some comments in the chat. We can see you guys there.
Hey, so real quick, since we're figuring this stuff, I can't see the chat. So how would I see the chat, or would I not be able to see it from the back end?
Don't think you could on the back end. You have to go to the mainstream.
Okay. All right, that's cool. I'll watch it later. I see the mainstream, but I think it. Oh, I'll just do that.
Whatever you're watching on, we're playing on my end.
Gotcha. I see it. Okay. Like it, BA. Like it.
Yeah, Jason in the chat, what's going on? Mikey, what's going on? Welcome in, guys. Give us a few minutes figuring out some of the tech side of this. Jason, glad you think it looks better, man. That's the goal here.
Hey, if we're live on YouTube right now on Instagram, head over, link in bio. Live on YouTube looks way better over there. We got a live stream. We got things going on. So check it out. I'm going to get off Instagram.
Scott, are you able to mute your YouTube feed because it's double playing on my end? Is that good?
We're good. I got off it. I won't look at it. I'll look at it later. Let you manage that. All right, guys, exciting stuff. We got 14 free picks for you guys today. I'm excited to bring this show to you guys. We've been talking about for a while, me and BA, and we haven't executed really. We did the P-Dub report during the NFL season for about 8 weeks. I think we got some good feedback on that, but now we move on to the NBA, and we're going to give our leans. What didn't make the cut, why it didn't make the cut, total side, and me and BA going to go head-to-head on the day-to-day basis on things that we didn't decide together to make the premium cards. So should be kind of interesting. See who wins, talk some shit. You guys can talk some shit to us. We'll talk shit back. We'll have fun from a community perspective. Make this a truly interactive show. That's what we're going for. So please interact with us. Ask questions. BA, you're going to have to manage that since I can't see it. And let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, I'll let you know if we get any questions. See the few of you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned. We're going to have an official free play like we do for you guys every single time we're ever producing content. So we do have that. And then we're going to break down the rest of the games we don't. Real quick, if you're new here, $20 intro week. Make sure you guys check that out. There's links in the bios. You can text us, DM us, whatever. Figure out a way to get a hold of us if you want to get on board on that. And then we do have a big 5-unit platinum play. We're going to touch on all the games except for the premium plays today. Scott, should we start with the free play and then dive into the rest, or how do you want to go about this?
Yeah, let's finish with the free play. You know,
all right.
You guys stick with us. We'll stick with us. The free picks already been released in most of our free channels, but stick with us. Tell us how you like the show, things of that nature. We'll finish with the premium free play.
All right, guys. Top game on the card. We have the Sixers and the Hawks. Hawks 11.5-point favorites. We're looking at a total here of 236. Both those lines got bumped up from the original number, open 9.5, open 231. They got hit in that direction. Some injuries, as always, with this Philly team. I mean, there's the ones they've had all season. No Maxey and George tonight, obviously. This Hawks team playing pretty good ball right now. I can't back this Philly squad again. I mean, we've done it a few times. They keep biting us, and then next thing you know, they go ahead and get a win against that Jazz team. Like the over here. Last 5 meetings went over, averaging 253.4 on the total, and a lot of steam on that line movement so far today, Scott.
I lean to the over as well. That was my lean as well, but I'm gonna take a side here. I'm gonna go with the Hawks minus 10.5. So Hawks, like you said, been playing well. I can't back this shitty Sixers team either. I mean, no George, no Embiid, no Maxey tonight, and the Hawks significantly a huge advantage in the rebounding compartment. Philly dead last in the league in rebounds, 30th in the NBA, especially without Embiid. I mean, they're just not going to be able to rebound the basketball. The Hawks 12th in the NBA in rebounding. Recent form, Atlanta 3 of 4 ATS, covered the spread. Philly 0-4 ATS in their last 4. Lean to that over though. 20-11 Atlanta. To the over at home. So they like playing on home cooking to the over. So I lean there with you as well. Sixers did beat they just beat the Jazz 126-122, I believe. Grimes and Walker had big games. Couple props. I'll give you guys a couple props. Look for trade at home. I'm looking to his assist line over 11.5. Again, I'm not the props guy, but I will give you a potential free prop in every game. So, and Okongwu, he had a big game in his last game, 16-6 or 16 points, 16 rebounds. Look to him to have a big game as well. But lean over, but Hawks minus 10.5. Lock me in there as my strong lean of the day in that Atlanta 76ers game.
Yeah, just so you guys watching know, up top, there's going to be ticker. We're going to update that as it goes on with each of our leans for these games that we go on. And one more time, just to emphasize, all of our actual premium plays we're not going to cover today except for one. All these games will go over just strong leans. And on that, I lean to the over. Scott with the Hawks on the side, and that's updated up above. Next matchup on the slate, we got this Jazz Celtics matchup. Big old line here, 17-point favorites, the Boston Celtics. Can't really blame the books for doing it. Utah's just been miserable. They've lost 12 straight road games. This is my issue, though. Celtics are in between games right now, coming off a big one against the Lakers, and they got a big one with the Thunder next. Potentially 2 finals previews in a row that we're seeing here with Boston. Do they get up to make sure they beat the Jazz by 20 points to cover this line? Another slight lean to the over here, and the major lean on this game for me is the Jazz. I can't lay 17 with Boston with OKC up on their next door knocking.
So we're lined up here, to be honest. I mean, from a lean perspective, right? We're not backing the Jazz. I'm not backing the Jazz. I'm not betting my money on the Jazz, but I'm not taking the Celtics. I'm not taking the Celtics to win by 20 points. There's no fucking way. Like you said, the Thunder on deck. There's just, how do they get up for this game? And they're gonna think about it. Fourth quarter, they're up 20 points. Who they're resting? Their starters. And now, I mean, their bench is no slouch. Don't get me wrong, but Tatum, Horford, White, none of those guys are going to see the fourth quarter tonight. They're going to rest them for that OKC look-ahead spot, and that's a potential backdoor cover for the Jazz there. It's just an ugly, ugly game from a betting perspective. Nothing I want to lay my money on, but I am lined up with the Jazz there. No Marketing, no Clarkson, no Collins. I mean, just an ugly fucking game. Couple stats for you guys. Jazz have covered in 8 of their last 14 ATS. Celtics not good in this spot. So when the Celtics are a double-digit favorite, they're 3-8 against the spread. So that's exactly what we have here tonight. A definite look-ahead spot, like we mentioned, 3-8 against the spread. I'm not looking to the Celtics. I'm not laying my money on the Jazz. But if you want to bet this game, I would take the Jazz and the points. A couple other things. Celtics, obviously, 6th in the NBA from 3. The Jazz, horrible defending the 3. They allow 41% from 3 in the first half, which is a weird stat, but that's the facts. Yeah, so I really don't like anything. I lean to the Jazz plus 17.5. I also lean to the over in this spot, but lock me in. We're lined up here on the Jazz plus 17.5.
Yep, guys, that's what's put up above. We're both leans to Utah. And again, just some reasons not to bet the Jazz because, like we said, we're staying away from this game. Marketing Collins questionable, Clarkson out. They've lost 12 straight on the road, and there's 4th city in 6 nights, giving up 125 points per game right now in their last 8 games. Just tough to want to back anybody in this matchup. So we're both staying away here.
But just one thing to add. The fucking Jazz just gave up 126 points
to the Sixers.
All right. So now they got Boston. They might give up 160. So no reason to bet this game, guys. There's a lot better wagers out there, a lot better games to bet. But if you definitely want to bet this game, you're going to be at TD Garden tonight and you want to bet the game, bet the road team plus 17.5.
Next matchup, we got the Lakers and the Nets. Lakers coming off that game against Boston. Shout out P-Dub Nation. We gave that to you guys for free, so hopefully you guys took advantage of that. The Lakers team just 15-15 on the road. You guys know we talked about the road struggles with that play and the injuries starting to pile up a little bit. Hachimura, Hayes, LeBron, and Dorian Finney-Smith all out. Obviously, DFS, Hachimura, and LeBron, not typical big men. But when you're missing, you don't really have true centers and your only true center, Hayes, is out. That's a lot of size this team is missing. So tough for me to get up for that. Maybe a little bit of a D-low revenge angle here. Nets team 3-1 against the spread the last 4 against LA. My lean here is to the Nets plus the 6.5. Just tough to see. We got to see what this Lakers team looks like with just Luka missing some bodies. Can he carry this team and cover a decent line on the road?
Now we got a good one. I'm on the Lakers here, and I like it a lot. So Luka's gonna want to step up tonight, in my opinion. He's gonna want to look to be the guy in this spot and really step up and lead the team tonight. Lakers 8-1 in their last 9 games. Obviously, that's with LeBron. But the Brooklyn Nets, we backed them on the premium side as they came out of the break. They were executing on the defensive end to a T. We were confident in their defensive game. Now, 25th in defensive efficiency over the last 8 games, allowing 120 points per 100 possessions, if I can speak. So that's completely flipped, right? And so, yes, I understand the big man issues for the Lakers tonight, but they're good on the defensive end as well. This total, what is it? What is this total? 216, 215 and a half. So books have this carved up as a low total. I see it going the same way, but I think that leans to the Lakers in this spot. I really like them on the defensive end of the floor as well. I see the Nets having a hard time to score. Nets missing Cam Thomas and Watford as well. I'm not sure if Cam Johnson is going to play. He is questionable and day to day. So I like the Lakers tonight without LeBron. I like Luka's props. So if you look to Luka's props to really step up and have a big game for him, give me the Lakers -6.5. I don't think Brooklyn is going to be able to get up for this game and beat the Lakers even without LeBron.
Yeah, you touched on those Luka props. One of the questions we have here in the chat, Luka triple-double. He does average really good numbers against Brooklyn historically, 30-point-plus triple-double in the last 5 or 6 games or so. Don't quote me on that exact. Go look at the stats, but he's had really good games against Brooklyn, and obviously as shorthanded as they are. Austin Reeves would also be another really good look in this one. A few games back now from the injury. I would imagine he has a better step-up performance today, and Luka Doncic is going to get a lot of attention, a lot of doubles. Obviously, without LeBron up there, AR is going to be number 2 man up, and he should get some opportunities in some weak matchups against, like Scott said, a Brooklyn team just not playing good defense right now.
Right. So, yeah, I would look to the Luka props tonight. I mean, obviously they're going to be inflated with LeBron being out, but I like him to have a big game, motivated spot. He is going to have that dog in him. He's ready to play, and Luka has a big night tonight. Lakers have a big night. I got them winning by 10+.
Couple of skips here. We'll come back to one of these games with our free play of the day, but premium bets on the Wizards, Raptors, Hornets, Heat game. Next matchup we have to talk with you guys, Pacers and the Bulls. This Bulls team coming off a sweep in Florida against the Heat and the Magic. The Pacers coming off getting swept in Atlanta, 2 games there. As far as this Indiana team, big question marks on this game today. Both Halliburton and McConnell were listed questionable. Let's see, yeah, still listed questionable, getting a double check right now. That's 2 playmakers. I mean, it's really hard to cap this game beyond this point, not knowing whether or not you're going to have your 2 point guards go for Indiana today. If they go, would be a lean here to the Pacers. This Indiana team looking to get right. They've dominated Chicago this season. They've now beat them. They're 7-3 the last 10 meetings, but they've beaten them all 3 games this year, average of 13 points. Pacers are nothing here. Please find out if you have a point guard before you bet that game.
Yeah, I don't bet this game ever. Bulls, no Vucevic, no Williams, no Ball, Tasumu, all out. Pacers, those question marks you already mentioned. How do you bet this game? I don't bet this game, but if I lean the Pacers -6 as well. I can't bet this Bulls team in this spot without those players. They play no defense. Their 3-point shooting defensively is awful. Pacers, what do they do well? They shoot the ball well from 3, especially if Halliburton is in this game. It's a slight edge to the Pacers. I don't love it at all. If you're going to ask me, I like this game just as much as I like the fucking Jazz +17.5. So that'll tell you a lot. There's just such a small edge to the Pacers, if there's even an edge, in my opinion. Bulls playing a little better basketball, 5-2 ATS in the last 7 games against Eastern Conference opponents. Okay, that stat's not great. Pacers failed to cover in their last 5 road games. That is a trend that you want to pay attention to. Just not playing good on the road against the spread. But on paper, they're a much better team, especially if Hallie goes. That line will probably increase to another point and a half. So Pacers -6 is my lean. That's what you lined up as well, right, BA?
Yep, we're lined up there. Just got to see the injury news there before you guys play that game, and we'll see what ends up going on there with Halliburton and McConnell. Next matchup, not the most exciting either. Rockets, Magic going in this one. Thompson, he's going to be out for Houston today. This Magic team that right along with Philly been fucking us a lot lately. And then, of course, they go and get a win against Milwaukee when we're not on them. That's just been the way it has been with Orlando. Weird team. The start of the year, they were very profitable at home. Top 3 in the NBA. They just went and got swept on their homestand. And then now they're 3-1 straight up against the spread their last 4 road games. So maybe the market's starting to bounce back a little bit on them. This Houston team been not quite the same. The second half of the season started off looking they could be elite. Lean here to Houston. Not a strong one by any means. Haven't been able to catch the Magic right lately. Not looking to figure it out today.
Dude, fuck the Magic. Seriously.
I literally put that in my notes for this game. Fuck the Magic. I made sure to say that.
I just want to take the Rockets just because fuck the Magic. They've fucked us on the premium side countless times this year. Feels like quite a few in a row. Don't want any part of them. Banchero, don't want any part of you. Their bigs don't step up when they're supposed to. Who did they lose to when we had them as the free pick? -7.5 last. Was it? Who they?
Chicago, and they were up 5 with 4.5 to go, and they scored 2 points the rest of the game.
Exactly. So fuck you guys. They can't. So here's the thing, guys. Teams have to execute down the stretch, and it's so key in basketball, in any sport, but especially in basketball. You feel like comfortable with 3-4 minutes to go, and everything just flips at the drop of a dime. But anyways, in this game, yeah, like you mentioned, Rockets on a 2-game winning streak. Magic just snapping a 5-game losing streak, like you mentioned, to win over the Bucks, which was surprising. The best offensive rebounding team in the NBA is the Houston Rockets, which is significant here against a very good defensive Orlando team, best in the NBA. But they do rank 26th in the NBA in opponent three-point percentage, which the Rockets have some shooters from the outside, which could exploit that Magic defense tonight. So I look to that angle. I don't see the Magic putting up very many points as a low 212.5 total here. I believe. Is it still 212.5?
It's been up and down a little bit between 213, 214, back down 212. But yeah, can only want the under. I mean, this is 2 of your better defenses, 2 of your worst offenses. Currently 212, and it's now dipping to 211.5 as we speak.
There you go. I could definitely see why. Yeah, I lean to the Rockets as well here. I hate lining up with you for the show purposes, but I can't see any other way. No Ahmed Thompson, no Van Fleet, Reed Shepherd, role player from Kentucky. He's out as well. He's been playing some good ball. So that definitely hurts the Rockets. No Suggs, no Wagner for the Magic. So lean to the Rockets. Rockets 13-13 as home ATS as home favorites. Magic just a 6-11 as ATS as road underdogs, and it failed to cover in 5 of 6 games. So Magic not good against the spread on the road, as we personally know, and cost us quite a bit of money this year. So fuck the Magic. Take the Rockets -4.5.
Yeah, big fuck the Magic. Screw that team. See some of you guys here coming in. Lee's in the comment section. I think he saw some of the old YouTube videos of you without the beard, because he said seeing you without the beard was not on my bingo card today. So I don't know what he saw there. And then
trying to hide my old ass skin behind my beard.
See Ryan Ramos saying there's some echo. So if there is, apologize, guys. We're not seeing that or hearing that on our end. If anyone else can confirm that, let us know. It's our first time trying it like this, so we will have some tech issues we're going to work through. Your guys' help with that is appreciated.
100%. How many viewers do we have? Just out of curiosity.
It looks like, what are we sitting at right now? Looks like we've been in the mid-60s for a little bit here.
All right, cool. I appreciate you guys tapping in. I like this. This is a better setup for, I believe, everybody, honestly. And let's have a lot of fun with this. You guys give us your opinions in the chat as well. Let us know. Make sure you hit the bell for the notifications, so when we do go live on YouTube, you guys get it. But yeah, this is what we want to do. We want to give you guys as much information as possible so you can make the best decisions possible. Have a little fun with it too. So please hit that notification bell and make sure you follow.
Yep, we'll work on those tech issues for you guys. Next matchup on the board, Nuggets versus the Thunder. Now, some key injuries on this game you guys got to be aware of. Gordon, who left last game, he's questionable. Murray and Jokic are questionable. Jokic, I mean, I know we should actually have a little discussion about this right now, Scott, about MVPs, Jokic or SGA. But before we do that, Jokic is worth more to the spread than any other player in the NBA. 6-7 points move on the line is Nikola Jokic to the spread. And so if he's in or out, this game could go back, close to where it was yesterday in the 7-point range, maybe even a lower 6.5. Could go as high as 13, 14, 15 with him out. So it's going to be a big move. I got to wait to see what's going on there. OKC, we talked about it with the Celtics. They have that same look ahead. They get the matchup with Boston next. They already beat Denver yesterday, which was a free bet for you guys. Hope you guys got in on that. OKC at home, 28-4, plus 15.4 point margin. They are on pace for the largest point margin in NBA history. My lean here is OKC. Got to see what's going on with Jokic. I know it's, the revenge angle, this and that. Forget about it. If Jokic sits, close your eyes and bet the best point margin in NBA history.
It is very difficult in a professional sports to beat a team two straight games and 2 straight days, especially with 2 quality ball cubs like this. But I mean, how do you bet against OKC right now? Fuck, yesterday, like you said, the free pick to complete domination, 24-point victory. It was a lot closer than the final score. I'll give you that. It was sitting between 7 and 10 points in that fourth quarter, but it's difficult. Even with the Jokic, even with Jokic playing, like I lean OKC here as well. What's the current line on it? I got 8.5. What's in front of me, but I think it ticked up.
Yeah, currently that line's 9.5, 10. But again, it's all circumstantial based on Jokic. It's going to be a big move one way or the other, guys. So hang tight, bet that game before what happens to Jokic. But that brings up a separate conversation. Betting aside, Scott, I mean, who's your MVP, Jokic or SGA? It's kind of coming down between these two guys. I've heard arguments up and down the wall for both. Interested to see your thoughts.
I mean, I think we're gonna have some opinion here. In my opinion, SGA, they're both amazing players, but in my opinion, he is such a key piece to a very young team. I mean, you're talking about Jokic, who's playing with vets for the most part, and you have SGA on a young team just completely dominating, giving effort, getting his team up night in and night out, and playing just like at an amazing level. I mean, his leadership, just the player that he is. Obviously, his stats speak for themselves, but fuck, man. SGA is on another level. I love that man as a player, as a person. So I would go and lean SGA. But I got a little personal opinion in there. Jokic is not my favorite player. That's always fucking crying and shit, whining about this foul or that foul. But you can't argue Jokic's stats either. But I'm going to lean SGA.
Yeah, it's just one of those tough situations where he's putting up better numbers than his 3 MVP seasons. So it almost like, what were we doing those 3 prior years if he doesn't win it this year? So that's where it's just historic. But I agree with you. I think it should be SGA. What he's doing scoring-wise is just absolutely phenomenal. He's doing it on both ends of the floor. But this team's just dominant, and we touched on it. The best point margin in NBA history. I don't think a lot of you guys understand how significant that is. You can think about all the best teams, the 96 Bulls, the 01 Lakers, LeBron in Miami, 2012 Heat, the 2016-17 Warriors. No matter who you name, this OKC team is winning by a larger discrepancy than anything we've ever seen before in NBA history. And with that, with the numbers SGA is putting up, I have to give it to him just with the team's success. I mean, they're technically the best team here. It's weird.
It is weird, and it's impressive, but they got to win the ship if they're going to really live up to all those teams that you just mentioned before mentioned. I mean, they're going to have to win the championship, and I don't know, man. There's just the Warriors are streaking, the Lakers it's just the playoffs are going to be fucking nuts. I'll tell you that. It's going to be an exciting time in the NBA. So I hope I hope Adam Silver has the ratings up this year, because they should be. NBA has been exciting. Will continue to be exciting for the playoffs as well. But anyways, back to the game. Lean Thunder here. I guess we're on the same side there. Hate to do it to you guys as well, but we're not going to back. We're not going to back the Thunder 2 nights in a row in the same spot without the Jokic news and other news in terms of injuries. So lean OKC, but it's obviously we're staying away from this game on the premium side.
Next matchup we have for you guys, Blazers, Golden State. This Golden State team just getting it done since the addition of Jimmy Butler. Now 9-1 their last 10 games. In that stretch, 7-3 against the spread. They're allowing just 107 points per game. They've done really well against Portland historically, 11-1 the last 12 matchups. Here's my issue with this Blazers team. They were playing really good ball for a month and a half. They're now 1-4 their last 5 games, but 3 of those 4 losses are the Celtics, the Cavs, and the Thunder. So how much can you really hold it against them? Pretty much every other team in the NBA is going 0-3 in that stint. So hard to put too much against them. Big number here. Golden State's rolling, similar to the Lakers. I think the market's starting to over-evaluate them a little bit. I can't get this number to 12. It's Portland or nobody for me. I'm just not sure. Hey, is Portland actually going cold? Are they actually struggling? Or did they just play the top 3 teams in the NBA so they look like shit?
I was about to jump on the bandwagon with the Blazers. I mean, and you mentioned they just played three quality teams. So I'm not jumping off the bandwagon, but I lean Golden State here personally. And I love the way Golden State's playing. I think they're going to do damage in the playoffs, but just rolling offensively, 119 points per game over the last 16. Curry in peak form, 30 points, 42% from 3 during the Warriors' hot streak. Obviously, the addition of Jimmy has been huge. Portland weakness, 21st in defensive efficiency, 115 points per 100 possessions, 19th in three-point percentage. No Ayton, no Robert Williams, no Thibault tonight again. So they're going to hurt on the interior against the Warriors. Fuck, man. I grew up in the Bay. I don't bet with my heart by any means, but fuck, Curry looked like shit before Jimmy got there, having probably the worst year of his career. And now all of a sudden, the last 10 games, we have Curry back to his old form, right? I mean, and they're playing hard. Kerr's got him clicking on all cylinders. Defensively, 8th in defensive efficiency, has been even better recently, 107 points per 100 possessions in the last 10 games. Ranked 4th in points in the paint. So things are shaping up nice for the Warriors. I look to put a fucking beating on the Blazers tonight. And Blazers' second game of a back-to-back. They're 9th in 14 days, so they've been on the road for most of the stretch. Could be fatigue, and the Warriors just fucking wax them up and down the court. So I look for the Warriors in a lean fashion to cover is it still 11.5?
I see 12s mainly here.
Yep. 7-3 ATS Warriors last 10. Lean Warriors minus 12.
Yeah,
if you get 11.5, please do, but it sounds like it's 12.
You touched on something there with Steph Curry, and I'll put my hand up and say that's one thing I was absolutely wrong about. When they made the trade for Jimmy Butler, my first reaction was it doesn't matter. Curry's not himself anymore. I mean, he just has fallen off too much of a clip. And prior to Butler, it was true. I mean, he had a solid 6-7 point drop off from what his season average typically is. The percentage is way down, multiple nights in the single digits, not even reaching double-digit points this season. But he has just completely turned a leaf since Butler has come, taken off some of the pressure on the offensive end, opened up some things in the paint. So that was one that was completely wrong. Shout out Curry. He's turned his season around with Butler.
He's been my favorite player in the NBA for so long, just because of his size, how hard he works to get open. I don't know. I think I saw a video today. I think it was today, just about him talking about how hard he works just to get open. You're talking about a 6'1", 180 guy that's competing with fucking trees, and the guy continues to excel at a high level at his age. It's just amazing. And his stamina is so good, just working without the ball just to get open. I love the Warriors right now. I really do. 11.5, way too much to lay from a premium side of my money, but definitely for this show and for you guys. Yeah, definitely a good spot. 11.5 if you want to go that route.
We got the nightcap game, Kings versus the Knicks. Screw the Kings first off for last night. We had the under in that game against the Clippers. Dead under game all the way through. Goes to overtime. We almost cashed that shit in overtime also, but it just didn't hold on. Game landed 221. We had 217 on the under. So that's a bad position. First off, they're coming off a tough overtime loss last night. The Knicks, they're going to be banged up still without Brunson. And they're going to be looking to get right. They've lost 3 straight games now. They opened up this West Coast. Well, they lost to the Warriors, flew cross country, and then got swept in LA against the Lakers and Clippers. Now back up in North Cal against the Kings. They've had a lot of success against the Kings, 7-1 at the last 8 meetings. They killed them by 20+ earlier this season. No Brunson, so that's if Brunson was in this game, it'd be an automatic bet for me on the Knicks. Still a lean here to the Knicks. Monk, he's questionable. Would be looking out for that for you guys.
So I'm going the other route. I kind of like what the Kings have been doing lately. The Levine, DeRozan, they're starting to come together, starting to play a little bit better with recent success. New York does have the rest advantage, obviously on a days. They're on a game or a day off, I should say. Sack, like you mentioned, played last night. But I do lean to to Sacramento here. 8th in scoring, 117 points per game. Like I said, Levine and DeRozan carrying the offensive load. New York, 13th in opponents' points per game, solid defensively, but without Brunson and their leader, I like it. Again, I can't get there with the Kings to bet my money. No Sabonis tonight. Valanciunas has been picking up the slack, over 14 rebounds per game in his absence, but they're still at a disadvantage on the boards. Towns is second in the league in rebounding, and the Knicks are a strong rebounding team overall. I like the Kings at home tonight. Personally, strong lean there, +3, but I can't get there. I think the line is right, to be honest. And so if you're taking my pick, Kings +3. We'll see how me and VA do tomorrow. You're on the Knicks, I'm on the Kings. But yeah, Kings +3 for me.
So we got a question in the chat about the Celtics Jazz game. We went over it already, so go watch it back. Up above, guys, is all of our leans for the slate. I think the only games that you and I went head up on was this Knicks game we're head up, Nets Lakers were head up, and Blazers Warriors, correct? I think everywhere else, all our leans are pretty much lined up.
Yeah, we lined up. Couple games, I think. Are we on one of us on a total, one on the side?
Yeah, I think that's the Hawks game. You have the Atlanta. I'm on the over there.
I do. What I don't like about this, just talking out loud right now, is I wish I could see you. I need a second monitor, I guess, to see, because I'm on my computer. You're on 2 monitors, so I can kind of see the chat and whatnot, so I can respond.
Yeah, they're on the monitor, or pull it up on your phone, maybe on the YouTube feed next time. But for those of you guys who have hung around, we do have our official free play of the day. And we're going to a total, and we're going to this matchup between the Hornets and the Heat. If you're just tuning in, all those games we talked about, guys, strong leans, some ways we would bet if we were touching those games. We have 4 premium bets today that we did not go over. This is one of them, Hornets, Heat. If you guys look at these two teams, I mean, they're just dead under historically. Each of the last 7 meetings is 6-1 to the under. Each of the last 4 averaging 205 on the total. This Hornets team, 5 of their last 6 games have gone under, averaging 218, and each of the last Heat 4 games have gone under, averaging 212. So a couple of the slowest paced teams historically, they play that way against one another. Miami 28th in pace, Charlotte 20th in pace. We actually cashed on one of these unders already this season. Lots of like here with this total, especially with historical and recent data.
Yeah, neither of these teams can score a fucking bucket. You got the Hornets ranked 28th in offensive efficiency, 105 points per game. You have the Heat, 110 points per game, ranked 25th in the league in scoring. Their defenses are both, well, the Hornets defense isn't the greatest, but they did play it against the Nets, who really can't score a bucket either, coming off a 105, 102 win against the Nets, 207 total there. I'm betting pretty much in this game, they can't score, right? It doesn't matter how great their defenses are. These teams just don't put the ball in the basket at a consistent pace. I like the low total tonight. Give me the under. I lean the under, heavy under here, premium play. I love this spot. Charlotte's not going to be able to put the ball in the basket. Neither is the Heat. Probably under 200. I don't see this game going over 200.
Nope, they're lined up with you there, and obviously we are, as it's a premium play for you guys. Free play starting to heat up a little bit. We won a couple over the weekend. Hopefully we can make it 3 in a row today and get that back on track. I think that's all we have for you guys. So real quick, before we wrap things up, please, in the comments, let us know your thoughts on this. I see some things about the echo, so that's something we're going to look into. Let us know criticism, things you guys like about it, don't like about it, and then we'll be back on YouTube again on Friday. Scott, you got anything else for the P-Dub Nation before we wrap things up here?
No, I mean, we're playing, we have a $5,000 play tonight on our platinum play. We did, if you guys want to get on board, we are risking the rest of March premium on this play. So it's only $49. Get one play, must cash, you get the rest of March free. And that goes for all of our spreads and totals, our main service that BA and I take care of. So good promo there. If you want to jump on, like I said, $5,000 play for us personally on that. So, Bovada actually denied our ticket, so we put in about 3,600. I think that's all they allowed on that ticket, and we got the rest down on other books. But yeah, so I highly suggest jump on. I think March is our time to hit a stride here with March Madness. College basketball has been extremely hot as we go into the conference tournament starting tomorrow. So great time to be a part of the team. If you'd like all of our plays for 7 days too, I believe the link is on this. Right on this YouTube.
Yeah, the All Plays intro weekly is linked in the description below. If you guys are new here, come check it out. And yeah, pretty good weekend all considered. Friday 2-1, Saturday 4-2, both green days. Sunday we go 2-2. Should have been 3-1 with the bad beat last night with the Kings. And then yeah, like you said, CBB's been hot. College basketball 10-2 run. Perfect time to get hot heading into conference tourneys tomorrow. So if you guys want to get on board for all of March Madness, send us a DM on Instagram and we'll get you all our college basketball packages there. That's about it for me. I see a question in the chat. Do you like Celtics minus 8.5? If you're buying 10 points on a line, go pick a new hobby. No betting on sports for you, my man. Minus 8.5 on a 17 line.
It's going to cost you a lot of money, buddy. Please don't do that. Do yourself a favor. Just don't bet that game. Look to a different game, right? If you want to bet the Celtics that bad, take the 17.5.
Yeah.
Fuck, take them at minus 25 or something. Get yourself plus money.
But yeah, guys.
Just speaking on March Madness real quick.
Yeah.
Most likely going to do something fun for you guys. Did it last year. Thinking about doing it again, betting all March Madness games, every single game we potentially might have action on, and low risk, high reward. So we will bet 4 premium plays, essentially 3 and 5 units a day, and then betting a quarter unit to a half unit on the rest of the plays that we have leans like we are presenting here today to you guys that we are not betting. We might bet them just to have action in the tournament because it is a very fun time of the year and just constant action all day long. All you D-gens out there will like that perfectly. It will kind of bring the D-gen out in me that hasn't been around for a while, but it'll bring it out in me as I sit in front of the TV and have action on every game. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead. Just like BA said, shoot us a DM. If you guys like this, what you don't like, please give us the feedback, just like he said as well. We're looking to improve this day in and day out. We want to bring the best content to you day in and day out and have a lot of fun doing it. So appreciate you guys tapping in.
Yep, guys, big action month here. Scott, you want to take us out?
I do. I appreciate you guys tapping in. I got the money tree in the background. Nothing on the tube, but I will. I appreciate it. There's only one P-Dub Nation. We're going to bring you the best content in the world. We're striving towards it each and every day. Let's go, P-Dub Nation.
See you guys. All right.
So how did that look?
It looked good. Apparently there was an echo.